Hello. This week we want to take a look at music theory for beginners. This is an introductory video really for people who maybe you've played music for years but you've never really taken advantage of music theory and learning about it. In fact, maybe it's even been intimidating to you. So we're going to cover 8 topics that will serve as a foundation of your knowledge in music theory. These are things that we'll just touch on, but certainly are key elements in learning about music theory. We should start with a definition. What is music theory? It's a reasonable question. It's the study of practices and possibilities of music. It encompasses a wide range of topics. It includes the structure and the system used in music creation, analyzing music pieces, songs, and also the study of principles that govern composition and performance of music. So that's a mouthful, but defining music theory gives us a language with which we can talk about music. Key elements of music theory include, the first one is notation. Notation, you may be familiar with. It's a system of writing music so that specific pitches, rhythms, and other elements can be communicated. We also have scales and modes as our number 2 element. Scales are ordered sequences of pitches, while modes are specific types of scales that have unique tonal characteristics. Let's look at the difference between scales and modes. Let's start with the C major scale. It has no sharps and no flats. So the notes are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. That's a scale. Now, a mode, the Dorian mode, is a mode that starts on the second step of a scale. So we, for this example, will start on D. I'm going to play in the same key, the key of C, but in a different mode. The mode is called Dorian. And if you notice, the notes I'm playing start and end on the second step of the C major scale. So this is called the Dorian mode. It's not as important that you remember the specific notes as you remember the relationship. Our C major scale starts on C. Our Dorian mode starts on the second step of that scale, which happens to be a D. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Back down, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, and D. That's the Dorian scale, Dorian mode. No sharps or flats. If you're looking for an example of maybe a use of this scale, Simon and Garfunkel, many decades ago, wrote a song called Scarborough Fair that's actually quite popular and is an excellent example of using the Dorian mode. So songwriters, modes can be your friends. The third element we're going to talk about is harmony. Harmony is the study of chords and how they interact and progress through a song. Vocals often have harmony, and they give a song rich beauty that is all accountable and ties back to this concept of harmony. Number 4 is melody. Now we know what the melody is. That's that part of the song that you hear. But it's a succession of musical notes, and it's often the melody that makes a song memorable. But it can also be perceived and discussed as a single entity. Another element of music theory, number 5 on our list, is rhythm. Rhythm is the timing of musical sounds and silences. Rhythm includes the study of beat, meter, and tempo. Beat is a quarter note gets one beat. Meter is about how music feels. And tempo is the speed of the music. All those go back and define rhythm. Number 6 on our list of the key elements of music theory include form. Music has form. It has a structure. It has organization, sections, and themes. Mostly, people understand what a verse and a chorus of a song is. Sometimes there's a bridge, a pre-chorus, an outro. These are all attributed, they tie back to the form in music theory. Number 7 is texture. This is the way music sounds, melodic lines, the way things interact with each other. Or some of you may be familiar with layering in a synthesizer or recording. There's a fancy word for that called polyphony. All these things tie back to this idea of texture. And number 8 on our list, the last one we're going to include on our introduction, is dynamics. Dynamics always talk about the volume of the sound, but not only the volume, it's the range from soft to loud and how it changes through a piece of music. So in conclusion, our music theory intro wraps up with these 2 thoughts. To tie it all together, music theory provides musicians and composers with a toolkit to understand, create, and interpret music more effectively. Music theory bridges the gap between abstract aspects of music and practical applications. Music theory helps us to enhance both the performance and appreciation of musical works.